could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. Why we always looking for more? Why we always looking for more? Been trying to change what I've been trying to say. Words don't come straight from my head to my mouth.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome here to a brand new series, brand new season. We get ready to kick off the inaugural season of the NNSCRA Superstar Racing Experience Series. 9 drivers are ready to take to 8 racetracks. At the end of the year, we crown ourselves a champion, and it'll be interesting to see with the points format and the different racetracks we're going to, just who is going to emerge victorious. I'm Seth Cole, getting ready to bring you tonight's action. We're going to have 2 races here this evening, 2 45-lap segments, which will culminate into a 90-lap main event. And the 9 drivers that you see in the field here tonight are superstars in their own right, drivers that have donated to the Back to Bristol 2022 GoFundMe fundraiser, and they are getting ready for what should be a very exciting season. We kick things off here tonight at Five Flags Speedway. These drivers will prepare for the first 45 laps, in which the top 3 finishers will get points. Then the field gets inverted, and the drivers will race for the checkered flag. Michael Norman's going to line up as the pole sitter for this evening's event. He will be in the blue car. The white machine who is outside is going to be Benjamin Miles, completing the front row. Row 2 is going to hold Carson Gump. He is in the purple machine. And then Keith Batson in the red car. He is going to be rolling off from the outside of row number 2 and 4th. Dylan Young piloting the neon green machine. He's going to be 5th place here tonight. 6th place, Levi McIntyre in the tan car. In 7th, it's going to be Austin LaPlante. He is in the green car. And then Seth Cole will be to his outside in 8th. Seth Cole in the yellow machine. Then bringing up the rear in the final spot here tonight will be Jesse Turner. Jesse Turner in the orange car. Those are the 9 drivers that will be preparing for this evening's event. Again, the top 3 finishers at the end of 45 laps, they will be getting points. And then the field gets inverted, so whoever finishes last in this 45-lap segment will be starting on pole for the final 45-lap segment with the checkered flag on the line. Should be interesting. Can't wait for it. Let's go down trackside. Get those most famous words in motorsports. Let's get the first season of the NCRA SRX Series underway.
Drivers, start your engines!
Pace car going to lead this 9-car field around this short track. Under the lights here tonight, the nighttime is the right time. And we will get ourselves geared up and ready for tonight's festivities. 8 races in total, 5 flags tonight. Stafford will be at next week. Season ends at Nashville Speedway. We've even got a dirt track in there, a couple of dirt tracks, Knoxville and Eldora, so should be a lot of fun. Let's get this thing started. What do you say? The SRX series for NNSCRA is green. Let's roll. Michael Norman coming around to complete the first lap. Carson Gum slots into second. Third place under contest. Now Dylan Young will take it. And as soon as I say that, now to the inside comes Austin LaPlante. So green versus green, neon versus normal. And LaPlante will take the position. Jesse Turner going to follow behind him as we got a car in the wall back there. That was Benjamin Miles. Got up and into the fence just the least little bit. Scrubbed off speed. Doesn't appear that he's got any visible damage, but it is going to drop him all the way back to the tail end of the field at this point in time. Another car into the wall there. That's Seth Cole. These cars are so powerful, carry a lot of speed that you've got to make sure you don't overdrive the exit of the corner. But these cars are also very tough. So we'll see if Seth Cole and Benjamin Miles can overcome the early issues. If they can't, remember, field gets inverted at the end of this 45-lap segment, so they could end up being your front row starters. We're watching the battle for third. Austin LaPlante looking back at Jesse Turner as they're trying to reel in Carson Gum for second. Michael Norman, the current race leader. Race winner of the first segment gets 20 points. Second place gets 15. Third place gets 10. Fourth place on back don't get a points payout in the first half of this race. So this third position battle is very important between the 4 and the 1, LaPlante and Turner. Michael Norman right now is continuing to lead the way. Over a second gap back to Carson Gum. Michael Norman, it kind of is kind of a double-edged sword for drivers in this type of series. You want to be up in front early, get those bonus points, but at the same time, you know that while you've got those bonus points, you're going to also be at a bit of a disadvantage in the second segment. You're going to be starting shotgun on the field, which is not necessarily that bad of a thing, just based on the fact that Jesse Turner started this race from last, as Dylan Young having some issues here, sliding up into the wall. Going to lose a spot to Benjamin Miles. And Turner right now is already up into the 4th position. So it is possible, is Dylan Young really having some problems here? It is possible to work yourself from the back to the front. Turner looking for another spot. That's 3rd position he'll get from Austin LaPlante. After these 45 laps are done, drivers will bring their cars into the infield. They'll be allowed about 10 minutes to work on their race cars, make adjustments for the final 45 laps. Levi McIntyre right now holding down the 5th position, but Benjamin Miles, nice comeback after getting into the wall, has worked his way back up to 6th and looking to crack back into the top 5. Seth Cole right now holding down 7th, and then 8th place under contest, Dylan Young and Keith Batson. So Batson must have run into an issue at some point too, might have gotten up into the wall, much like Dylan Young. They've now fallen back to 8th and 9th. Again, right now out of range of getting any bonus points from this first heat, but Levi McIntyre in the wall, in line to start up on the front row for the final 40-lap segment. McIntyre now drops back into the clutches of Seth Cole. That'd be for 6th. Miles up to 5th. That 8 car is strong. The white car fell back as far as 8th position and up 3 spots since then. Making a nice recovery, almost up to Austin LaPlante for what would be 4th. Jesse Turner in control of 3rd. Carson Gum all by his lonesome in 2nd. And Michael Norman is running away with this thing at this point in time. Currently your race leader. As we follow the battle for 4th place between LaPlante and Miles. Mentioned that next week these drivers will be heading to Stafford Motor Speedway. Then we go to our first dirt track stop of the season at Knoxville. Lucas Oil Raceway is the midway portion of the season. Eldora will be race number 5. Then we're at South Boston. Slinger Speedway is the penultimate race of the season. Really looking forward to that one. And then Nashville Speedway will be where we crown ourselves a champion. Again, all the drivers taking part in this race were drivers that donated to the Back to Bristol 2022 GoFundMe fundraiser. If you'd like to be a part of that as well, the link to the fundraiser is down in the description below. Going to have some special events coming up here during the course of the next couple of months that you would be automatically guaranteed a spot into. And we're also going to be having a second season of the SRX experience here as well. So you'll see these drivers coming back, and there are going to be more rides available as well. So if you want to get yourself a guaranteed spot into the upcoming second season of the SRX series, head on over and donate today. Lots of other perks going on for those that donate. Some perks going on for Benjamin Miles right now. That car continues to move towards the front. He just got around Austin LaPlante, moving up to the 4th spot. And he's within striking distance of Jesse Turner to maybe get that final podium position here for the first half of this race. 20 laps to go next time by for race leader Michael Norman. Looks like Dylan Young and Keith Batson, their car is just not quite up to speed right now. They don't have the track position, so they might just be riding at this point in time, foregoing the bonus points and getting themselves a good starting position in the upcoming second half of this race. Michael Norman continuing to show the way. Let's take an onboard with our race leader and listen to how he has to maneuver his way around Five Flag Speedway. You can hear the downshifting, you can hear the chattering of the brakes. Experiencing exactly what the driver is experiencing, even though he right now has a commanding 3.3 second lead. Still working the gears, working the brakes, making sure he hits his marks. Benjamin Miles closing up the gap on Jesse Turner in the orange car. That's the difference between getting 10 points for the first half of this race and getting 0 points for the first half of this race. And it's only about maybe 2.5, 3 car lengths at this point in time. Jesse Turner trying to do all he can to hang on to that final points paying position. Both these drivers have done a good job of working their way through traffic, so keep an eye on them if they end up being towards the rear of the field for the upcoming final 45 lap segment. Jesse Turner started all the way back in 9th place up to 3rd. Benjamin Miles got into the wall after starting the outside of the front row, dropped as far back as 8th and has worked his way back up to 4th. So if you're looking at drivers with good long run cars that are able to maneuver through traffic, I think those two cars right there in that shot might be the ones. Battle on for 6th, Levi McIntyre and Seth Cole. This is not necessarily for bonus points, but it is for figuring out who's going to be in what starting position for the second half of this race. Looks like Seth Cole's able to hook the bottom a lot better than Levi McIntyre, almost right down that white line. McIntyre about a half groove off, keeping Seth Cole at bay for the moment, not really giving Seth a full racing lane. So if Seth Cole's going to make the pass on Levi McIntyre, he's probably going to have to make the room himself, might have to put the bumper to him. This all going on about 3 car lengths behind Austin LaPlante in the 5th position. Seth Cole's going to get to the inside, takes a look, he's there. See if he can complete the pass out of turn number 2, and got a little loose there, saw the back end kick out. McIntyre stays alongside of him. Looks like this time out of 4, Seth Cole might complete the pass, and he will. He's clear for the spot. That'll drop Levi McIntyre now back to 7th, which would mean Levi McIntyre would be scheduled to roll off 3rd in the second half of this race. Seth Cole, with making that pass, would then be starting on the outside of row number 2. Well, Michael Norman has had really nothing to worry about since the drop of the green flag. Going to be a dominating performance in the first half of this race for him. 20 bonus points stand between him and these last 4 laps. This time by, it will be 3 to go in the first half of this race. Another 45 laps upcoming, so this thing is not over. And how about this? They have a good battle for the final points paying spot in the first half of this race right here. 3rd place, under contest, Jesse Turner, Benjamin Miles. And they're not too far behind Carson Gum. If Carson makes a slip up, it could be a 3-man fight for who's going to get 2nd and 3rd place. Norman crossed the line just moments ago to give us 3 laps remaining. Miles is there. He is on the attack. Just how anxious will he be to make a move? You don't want to wreck yourself and Turner. Take yourself out of the running of this race early on. At the same time, though, you want to get those bonus points, as this next time by, it will be the white flag for Michael Norman. He has taken the white. We're going to follow this battle for 3rd. As right now, Norman in control of the lead. Carson Gum in control for 2nd. But who's going to get the final podium spot here in the first half of this race? Miles is there. He's looking, but not quite able to get to the left rear quarter panel. He's only got 1 more shot down here in 3 and 4. Drives it in deep, but he's not going to quite be able to get there. Jesse Turner is going to hang on. He will get the 10 bonus points. Benjamin Miles will get no bonus points for the first half of this race. 10 points payout to Turner, 15 points payout to Carson Gum for the runner-up spot, and Michael Norman will get 20 bonus points with the victory in the first segment win here at Five Flag Speedway. But subsequently, those top 3 drivers will start at the rear of the field for the upcoming second half of this race. So as Michael Norman will pull his race car into the attention of his crew, and these drivers will let the crews go to work in making the adjustments necessary. We're going to step aside for a quick commercial break, and we'll be back here for the second half of our season opener of the NNSCRA SRX Series here at Five Flag Speedway. Don't go anywhere. We will return right after this. welcome you back to the season opener for the inaugural season of the NNSCRA SRX series. Getting ready for our second and final segment of this evening's festivities at Five Flag Speedway. Our final 45-lap segment. The checkered flag is now on the line. Michael Norman, if you're just joining us, won our first segment. Carson Gunn was second. Jesse Turner in third. Keith Batson was shotgun on the field, so he is the front row with Dylan Young. Green flags out. Final 45 laps here tonight under the lights at Five Flag Speedway is already everybody driving it deep into turns 1 and 2. Batson's going to get away with the early lead. Clears down in front of Seth Cole. 3 wide behind him. Dylan Young way up top. Levi McIntyre in the middle. Jesse Turner making tracks on the inside. Gonna move up to the 4th position as a result. Michael Norman right there in that mix as well, trying to complete the sweep, win the first half of the race and the second half. Now he's under Levi McIntyre for the 5th position. Completes the pass into turn number 1. Keith Batson trying to run away from Seth Cole. 3rd place under contest, Austin LaPlante, Jesse Turner. As we got a car up into the wall back there, that was Michael Norman. Norman started shotgun on the field here for the second half of this race. Oh, we got contact! That's Benjamin Miles and Dylan Young getting together, and they're still rubbing. That's going to put Dylan Young and Levi McIntyre up into the wall. That may be a caution. No yellow. No caution out for the contact between Levi McIntyre, Dylan Young, and Benjamin Miles. And Dylan Young, Levi McIntyre are going to pay the big price for that one. Little surprised there was not a yellow flag for that. As LaPlante tried to hold off Jesse Turner for the 3rd spot. Carson Gunn starting to close in on this as well. Let's go back and see what happened there. No caution. But certainly some contact made. This was coming off of turn number 2. They were 3 wide. Miles in the white machine. Dylan Young in the neon green. Ooh, there's a little contact there. I think Dylan Young may have chopped Benjamin Miles' nose off. Then they make more contact. Levi McIntyre is up and into the wall, the tan car. And then Miles gets forced down almost underneath the apron. Slides back up the track here into turn 3. Into Dylan Young and Levi McIntyre. Just wrong place, wrong time. And again, really surprised that didn't bring out a yellow. I guess the car wasn't completely around. McIntyre gets on the brakes and continues on, but it's not going to be a good points day for Levi McIntyre. That is for sure. A tough break there for that driver. As he's mired all the way back in 9th place and just hoping that more drivers are going to run into issues here tonight to pick him up a couple of positions and some points. Batson continuing to show the way. Less than a second back to Seth Cole. Got a good 4th place battle going on. It actually just exchanged hands. Carson Gunn getting around Jesse Turner. Carson Gunn with finishing 2nd in the first half of this race. Started back in 8th position, up 4 spots since then. And looking for more. Michael Norman right now mired back in the 6th spot. Make that 7th as he's trying to get up there to Benjamin Miles. So right now, Carson Gunn would be in line to be the points leader heading into Stafford next week. But a lot can certainly change between now and the checkered flag. There's Benjamin Miles, who just barely missed out on some bonus points back in the first half. Finished 4th, right behind Jesse Turner, who he's about to close in on in a battle for 5th place. Carson Gunn starting to reel in Austin LaPlante. So trying to get back up into the podium. As Keith Batson continues to lead, his interval is growing, but it's growing very slowly over Seth Cole. In the last 5 laps or so, he's only gained maybe about maybe a tenth, a little less than a tenth. Remember, Batson started this race from the pole because he finished last in the first half of this race. Seth Cole finished third to last, which would have been 7th. Started this race, second half of this race, I should say, from 3rd place. Right now, looking at the lap times, let's compare. 16.282 for Batson. Seth Cole's going to run a 2.53, so he was actually a tick quicker by about 3/100ths. And if Carson Gumb's able to get around Austin LaPlante, I think he's running lap times faster than the 2 race leaders. So Carson Gumb might have something to say about this victory, as we're almost now halfway through this second segment. Jesse Turner back there might be under fire from Benjamin Miles, so we got a battle for 3rd, a brewing battle for 5th. We've also got him pretty close back there for 6th position also. That's Michael Norman trying to reel in that battle for 5th place between Miles and Jesse Turner. Now Keith Batson's found something. He is starting to pull away from Seth Cole, who is in turn getting reeled in by LaPlante and Carson Gumb. So while these two are battling, they actually are starting to close up on the runner-up driver. So we could have ourselves a 3-way battle for 2nd in just a few moments. Carson Gumb, though, continuing to try and find a way around LaPlante. So far, no dice. As Keith Batson will come around and hit the start-finish line. 20 laps to go in this race for the Red Machine. Once again, these drivers will be heading to Stafford Motor Speedway for next week's event. Continuing on the inaugural season of the NNSCRA SRX Series. For those that have just joined, the drivers taking part in this series are those that donated in the last few months on the Back to Bristol 2022 GoFundMe fundraiser page. If you'd like to be a part of that, head on over. The link is down in the description. Anything you can donate is appreciated. Your donation would lock you into the confirmed 2nd season of the NNSCRA SRX Series. And of course, other special events. There's also die-cast drawings that take place monthly that you are in the running for as well. So head on over there and donate today. 3rd place battle is now on. Carson Gumb says enough is enough. He's waited long enough, and he is going to look to complete the pass on Austin LaPlante coming down into turns 1 and 2. Looks like he will complete said pass. And now he will set his sights on 2nd place Seth Cole, which right now he would have to close up about a second of distance between himself and the Yellowmobile. Keith Batson continuing to show the way, lost out on the bonus points back in the first half of this race, but that's the beauty or the curse of this type of a series, the way the format is. You may not finish well in the first half, but you get yourself good starting track position in the second half, and with it being short tracks pretty much the entirety of the year, track position very, very important. So you have to strategize on whether or not you want to get those bonus points in the early going, or whether or not you want to finish towards the rear in the first half and start up at the front in the second half. For Keith Batson and Seth Cole so far, that has worked out. Carson Gumb hasn't had to worry about that. He finished up at the front in the first half, 2nd place. Right now he is up in the 3rd position in the second half of this race. So that is the telltale sign of somebody that has a really good car. Someone who can start at the front, stay at the front, or start at the back and work their way to the front. Carson Gumb right now running lap times somewhat similar to Seth Cole, but Keith Batson might have been hanging back and saving his stuff for the final 15 laps of this race because he is laying down really, really good lap times and opening up the gap back to Seth Cole. Seth Cole's already running in the 16.8s, whereas Keith Batson last time by ran a high 16.7. So Seth Cole, Carson Gum, that might be the battle we'll watch here to the checkered flag for second place, as Gum is opening up the gap back to LaPlante in fourth. Good three-way battle here for the fifth position. Benjamin Miles has gotten around Jesse Turner for that final spot inside the top five. Turner now under fire from our segment one winner, Michael Norman. That would be for sixth. Right now, Levi McIntyre back in the eighth spot. Dylan Young has fallen all the way back into ninth. Those two involved in an incident here the second half of this race. No caution coming out to save them, and so subsequently they will finish at the rear of the field as Turner going to lose another spot. Michael Norman up to P6. Keith Batson down the back straightaway, getting ready to come around, hit the line, and see 5 laps to go from the flagman. Over 2.5 seconds back to Seth Cole, so barring a major slip-up or mechanical failure, looks like Keith Batson would be en route to winning the season opener here in the SRA SRX Series. Seth Cole in line for second. Carson Gum currently in third. No challenge from LaPlante at this point in time in fourth. Benjamin Miles pulling away with the fifth position. Michael Norman trying to reel him in. Turner's troubles may not be done. Levi McIntyre is starting to close in here, and he might be able to snipe a final spot before this race is over. As Keith Batson continues to maneuver his way around this half-mile short track, crosses the line, 2 laps to go. Now, Keith Batson didn't get the bonus points here tonight, but he's certainly going to rake in the overall points as the white flag was just displayed over the hood of his red SRX machine. And through 3 and 4 for the final time. The season opener for the NNSCRA SRX Series belongs to Keith Batson tonight at Five Flag Speedway. Seth Cole second, Carson Gum third, Austin LaPlante and Benjamin Miles going to complete the top 5 finishers. Congratulations to Keith Batson, capturing the first checkered flag on the year. Going to get some good points here tonight. I don't believe he'll be the points leader, but he'll certainly be up there in the point standings. And he'll look to ride this momentum into next week at Stafford. Standings should be official now, as indeed they are. Keith Batson with the victory. Seth Cole in second. Carson Gum third. LaPlante fourth. Benjamin Miles fifth. Michael Norman, our segment 1 winner, will finish in 6th in the overall race. Jesse Turner in 7th. Levi McIntyre 8th. And Dylan Young will finish in the 9th and final position. So that is your full finishing results from this race. Here's a look at what your point standings look like heading into next week as a result of tonight's finishes in both the first half and the second and final half of this race. We appreciate all of you tuning in to tonight's season opener from the SRA SRX Series. Next time, those drivers will be at Stafford Motor Speedway, so be sure to tune in for that. Once again as well, if you want to be a part of the confirmed second season of the NNSCRA SRX Series, as well as other special events in the upcoming months, head on over to the Back to Bristol 2022 GoFundMe fundraiser and donate what you can. Link to the fundraising page is in the description below. But until next time at Stafford Motor Speedway, I've been Seth Cole. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Keith Batson is your winner at Five Flag Speedway. in the first race of the season for the SRA SRX Series. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. You've been watching another broadcast courtesy of the SRA Offline Racing at its best.
We're gonna